Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in this morning. Welcome in. Oh, man, it's a good Thursday morning. It's cold outside. So if y'all see me reaching for the tissues, I'm not crying. It's just cold. It's just cold outside, man. A lot to talk about today. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm a little thirsty. I had to do my workout this morning, and I came over to HQ. Y'all seen me go live. Whew, I feel a little I feel a little rejuvenated today. I don't know about y'all, but I feel rejuvenated. You know, I might physically, like, my body might feel like it want to be tired, but I feel rejuvenated, like, mentally. How y'all feeling today, man? I see y'all tapping in. What's good, everybody? I see you, C. Bama. I see you, William Dansby. I see y'all on YouTube tapping in on the random live. Listen, we promised to keep the live content going throughout the week. The times have, as far as our schedule, we are sticking to our schedule, but when we have new insight and new topics of discussion, we definitely want to come live and give you all the opportunity to interact with the network and give you some insight on some things that I see people are asking a lot of questions about. And I think one of these topics today, I think y'all going to be very excited to discuss. And as always, man, when you come in, please drop a like, drop a share, welcome yourselves in, get settled in, because we're going to be live for about an hour and a half. And I'm going to give you a chance to interact. We're going to have the phone lines open the whole entire segment as we discuss topics. And whatever you feel like you want to jump in and chime in on, call into the calling line 334-625-1121. That calling line will be opened up at 8:45. So that's when it'll start accepting calls. So if you're tuned into the show, if you're listening in and you can't physically watch and interact, you will have yes, I listened to the feedback. I saw the emails. So we're trying it now, especially while we're in our downtime. You know, this network, we primarily provide very informative content surrounding college football when it comes to Alabama and our high school recruiting, right? So during this time of the year, you have a lot of movement in the recruiting space, and there's not much to report on as far as, you know, content-wise. It's just reporting who you're talking to, what their mindset is, where they're at, trying to get coverage of them in 7-on-7s, all of those good things, right? But once we get down to the nitty-gritty in spring, you all will see the energy and the phone lines ramp it up. So get used to your number being seen on the screen. I'm starting to save everybody's numbers. I cleared out the old callers, and now we have a new set. We also have a new format that we're going to be pulling up for our calling line. I think everybody's going to like it. And I want to thank everybody for all the messages that we've gotten in response to our let me see if I can play one right now. Yeah, we got three voicemails from the topic of the day for the QB1 question the other day. And then we also had one response from y'all know, our very own Zach Willie. Had a response from him for the I think it was the linebacker, the dark horses of the class of 25. So yeah, we're gonna be posting those on the page too, and make sure y'all check out all the content, man. We got a lot of content being posted. I know everybody's been liking the gaming vibe, so I think we're gonna pick that up a little bit more during the off season. Something about college football, when it looks realistic, you know, even in the gaming space, it does something for the community. So I'm definitely gonna ramp that content up, and appreciate y'all for tapping in once again. Make sure y'all are liking and sharing. If you're watching this stream and you're not watching it live, make sure you like the stream, share the stream, share the video, and also leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. We're starting to see our demographics grow. Our viewership is definitely growing up. The live viewership is probably dropped off a little bit because of the inconsistency of our schedule, but our viewership post-stream is growing. So we'd definitely love to hear where you all are watching from, so that we can continue to find ways to expand. I appreciate everybody for being here once again. And don't forget, there's multiple ways to support the channel. You could do super chats here live on the stream, or you can take advantage of becoming a member of the AAA family, which is becoming a member of this YouTube channel here. It's going to help continue to help it's going to help the channel continue to grow. We're growing, guys. We're growing. We actually have somewhere to be tomorrow. So tomorrow morning live, this will probably be replay for tomorrow morning live. It kind of covers what we'll be doing tomorrow. Today's show will cover what we'll be doing tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned in. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We got a lot of viewers on Twitter though. If you're on Twitter and you want to get some special recognition, go ahead and retweet this, but also come check in on the YouTube side. We're almost at 3K subscribers, y'all. We're almost at 3K subscribers. I think we're like 102 away, 100 and something like that. It's less than 200. We're almost at 3K subscribers here on our YouTube channel. So y'all continue to support that and help us grow, y'all. Help us grow. We got a team that's working in behind the scenes. March 1st, y'all will see a lot of content flowing regarding our recruiting. So yeah, it's a special time to be a part of the Coach Smook Network, AAA family, authenticity above all. But before we get into this segment, man, I just want to say thank you to all our sponsors, all of our supporters, everybody from the high schools that we partner with that allow us to cover their athletes, to our partners here on the Coach Smook Network. We're talking about Dooley Gang, the fam. Got them in the building. Y'all hear the beats in the back. That's the family. Y'all already know, man. I be telling y'all, a lot of people, they come to our show just to hear the intro music. So we got to keep it going. We gotta keep it going, man. Tell Dooley Gang, the family, stay in the lab. They stay in the lab, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we got some new stuff coming. But yeah, thank y'all for. I'm trying to find our sponsor banner, man. Where'd it go? Here you go. And the Yarn Clothing, my brother Sagatti, y'all be seeing a lot more of his apparel. You talking about your casual streetwear. That's what it's called, casual streetwear. You kind of see me kind of wear it sometimes. I have on like maybe a Letterman style jacket with the hoodies, or a long sleeve shirt with the collar, but got on maybe some crease jeans or some ripped jeans with some boots or some high tops. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then the hat, just a different style of fashion. They're going to be coming on as one of our partners, especially helping with our clothing brand. We got a lot of stuff on our current merch site, but he's going to be helping evolve that. And shout out to our graphic design manager, Thad, man. Y'all got to give Thad his props. He really been putting in work. All the stickers that y'all see being put out, I made the basic design, but Thad got some stuff cooking up. And when these start coming out for our members, I think that's going to help. It's going to boost encourage people to really join the AAA, because you're really going to be feeling a part of the family when you start getting these perks mailed out to you. So we're just trying to set up the network, man. And man, the Standard Executive Security, my big brother, man, Big Mac, with the executive security, man, they're going to be on the road with us a lot this year, 2025. We got a lot of things going, and we always want to be moving safe. And if you want some private security for an event, go check them out, man. We're working on getting our shout outs done, because we are stepping into some serious partnerships, you all, that's going to help the network grow. And I take my brand seriously, and I want my partners and my associates to know that we appreciate their brands and them supporting our vision too. So let's get into it, man. Y'all ready to jump into the show? What's up, everybody? I see y'all in the chat. What's up, the Kinesis? Please, Jesus and God, let this basketball team bounce there. Oh, man. Hey, Kinesis, we're going to jump into it. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and dive into the show, man. I'm ready to talk. Y'all ready to hear it? Let's get to it, man. Here on the Coach Smook Network. Welcome to the show. Let's dive into it. Let me find this doggone thing so we can get to it. Kinesis is ready. You're talking about Jalen Miro and the Pips? The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just feeling sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
It's been a while since we've been in the red room, y'all. It's been a long time. And y'all know the only time we come to the red room is when we got to have some serious conversations. Lord have mercy. Ooh. Y'all ready to get to it? Y'all ready to get to it? Let's get to it. We got to have this conversation, y'all. We got to have this conversation. Alabama basketball, man. What's going on? Men's basketball. Alabama men's basketball. Maybe I should change this banner to Alabama men's basketball. Let's do that. Alabama men's basketball. What's next? I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I don't want to point fingers, but there is a clash of philosophy and resistance of buy-in right now that's evolving with this team, and it showcased itself last night early in the game. And I will give the players credit in this situation. A lot of people won't look at this from this standpoint, because unless you've been a part of a situation or similar as an athlete or a basketball player, hooper, a part of a program, prestigious program that's expected to win, you're in a transition, a change of culture, things are adjusting, you got quality talent, but you can just see there's like a clash somewhere. There's a disconnect, and there's a clash of in my opinion, two positive philosophies. I think you have the mindset of the players who have, they love the philosophy, live by the three, die by the three. But the philosophy only works when you are designing and structuring for that to happen. And I don't think Nate Oates truly believes in the live by the three, die by the three philosophy. And I'm gonna tell you why. Alabama's the first half in our half court sets, this team is so discombobulated in our offensive half court sets. It's almost embarrassing to see, to be at the collegiate level, knowing where the collegiate game stems from, right? What we're stemming from. The knock on the collegiate game was that it was too structured. Players weren't allowed to be free in the collegiate game. You had systems in place, and you had to be there 2 to 3 years to really earn your way into a system. If you weren't a number 1, number 2 recruit in the class, all of these different I guess you could say discrepancies with the old school style of college basketball, right? You have more college coaches evolving into the NBA or, semi-professional style of coaching with their philosophies and how they're teaching and adjusting their systems around the personnel. It used to be recruit personnel for your system. Now it's recruit the best and create a system around them. That's what it is now in college basketball. And I don't think Nate Oates has fully grasped that, because we have yet to evolve a offensive half court set, like an efficient offensive half court set. Anytime we play against a team that has active bigs that can extend out to the perimeter, we struggle heavily. Case in point, last night against Missouri, and I'm gonna pull some stats up. Y'all know I like to pull up numbers, right? I'm gonna go to the let's go to the, not the game cast, not the recap. Here we go. All right, let me pull these stats up for y'all real quick, chat. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. What's up, Dino? I see you in the chat. What's good, my guy? Look, feeling good this morning. Just discussing this Alabama basketball. And I like doing these lives like this because I did a good cut from the other show the other day. I hope y'all been tapping into the content over there. Our VODs that we've been posting. All right, let me move myself back on this side. And then make myself a little smaller like this. Not small, that's too small. All right, so looking at where we at now. Last night, our first half 3-point percentage was horrible. First half 3-point percentage was horrible. Where is the mouse? Okay, there it is. All right, first half 3-point percentage was horrible. Missouri jumped out to I think they went 4 for 5 on their first threes. Their first 5 threes. They went 4 for 5 or 3 for 5 or something like that on their first 5 threes. They jumped out to the 12-2 lead. And they really just never gave us a real opportunity to use our philosophy, Coach Oates' philosophy, and put them in a position to make a threat. They just nullified it from the jump. They were aggressive on their push to the rim. They forced us to collapse. We had horrible closeouts on the perimeter, and they were hitting their shots. Now, of the first 7-8 shots we took, 4 of them were forced. You had Mark Sears kind of trying to force his way down in the paint, which I believe is just not a strong suit when you have a team that's, skilled in the paint. Skilled. Missouri has some of the best interior defense in the league, in the SEC. So you factor all those things in. It just didn't start off good, but I do want to give the players credit because you saw sets trying to be ran in the half-court sets, and guys just weren't. It was like everybody standing around watching, waiting for a signal from the sideline. And then when LeBaron Filan, when he just kind of just took over and became more assertive and started, the first 2 times that it was happening, you guys were standing around. He really didn't have no bailouts. But the more assertive that he got, you saw the offense, the ball starting to move a lot. Our off-ball movement on the offensive side needs to be a lot more efficient. Guys like Grant Nelson, Diabate, Cliff, even Big Cliff, when they're moving off the ball, Aiden Sherrill, when he's really moving around the perimeter, not just getting stuck and waiting for the spot up, it creates so much more motion for the offense. And then you can have guys like Mark Sears. You can't key on guys like Mark Sears because everybody's, you got some motion on the backside. You got some motion off the ball. We very rarely see motion off the ball from our Alabama offense. And when you see that, you see these type of numbers from the percentage wise. Now, I will give them credit. Second half, we stiffened up a little bit on defense. We got active on the boards. We started closing the margin, but because we couldn't exceed or, get the extras, that margin that they built early, we could never close the gap. The game was pretty even the rest of the way out. If you just watch the game for itself, it was pretty even the rest of the way out in the second half, but they created such a quick margin, and that's been Alabama's Achilles heel, the slow starts. Especially for guys that like to shoot in high volume. You would think that, the 12-second or less philosophy, you would think that this team would want to take care of the ball better to get the volume of shots that we need to fit that philosophy, but we can't take care of the ball. So a lot of things to work on. Alabama men's basketball, especially after last night, again, a double-digit total turnovers for us. Again, giving up 21 points off of turnovers. Like that's the 14 points. If you're giving up 14 turnovers, right, you can't give up, point for turnover. You got the ratio has to be unbalanced somewhere. You have to create a negative on the other side. We didn't win in the rebounding, right? We didn't win in the rebounding. They clipped us in the fast break points. The foul differential is crazy, right? How many fouls we had. But then again, you look at the type of defense we played last night. Guys weren't moving their feet. Aiden Holloway, Jesus Christ. If I could talk to that young man and get him to really believe in his defense, like not just play defense, but believe in it, because he's a good defender when he's playing defense. He's a great defender when he's bought into defense. But it's like he's not believing in his defense. He doesn't believe his defense can create, offensive opportunities for him. And that right there, to me, when it comes to basketball, that's on the coach to highlight. Somebody on that staff has to be highlighting, like, as good of a scorer and facilitator that Aiden Holloway is when he's in his groove, Go and watch those games where he gets into the 18 and 8 and 4, 18 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 or 3 steals. Those games there are when he's bought in on the defensive side. And literally his energy and how he facilitates off of his defensive presence creates opportunities on the offensive side. I think our big men are playing a lot better. They're playing a lot more under control. We got to really get some quality guard play. I think that's where we miss Latrell Wrightsell at too. He had a way of kind of calming the team down with some of his aggressive, his aggressive nature on the offensive side. When things are out of whack, he just found a way to create good opportunities for the offense, and I think we're missing that right now. Mark Sears went off for points. Free throws was better last night. We just waited too late to turn it on. So, rest of this schedule, kind of diving into it. That's my little spill on it, man. That's my little spill on it. Like I said, the phone line yes, it is open. It's been open for 10 minutes. The phone line is now open. If y'all want to call in, give me your little spill. What's next for Alabama basketball? What do y'all see for this team coming up? We got matchups coming up, and I'm going to pull the schedule up here. As you all know, we got ranked opponents the rest of the way out. Still number 2 in the SEC. I think we're still 1 game ahead of Missouri. I think they were the team that were threatening us. We got Kentucky at home coming up on the 22nd, and Mississippi State, another team that's looking like they're starting to click like right now. And then you got to follow that up with Tennessee and Florida and Auburn. Like, this is going to be a stretch, and we're going to see how tough this team really is, because these are all tournament teams that we're going to be playing against. And then we have the conference tournament. I mean, seeding in that is going to be very important. We definitely want that first round, that bid, that number 1 seed going into that conference tournament, because I'm telling you, I don't want to see a warmed up Mississippi State. I don't want to see a warmed up Kentucky. None of that. I want the advantage and all of that. So, Bama basketball. What's next? Phone lines open, 334-625-1121 if you want to call in. Talk to me. 3, going to be a hard to catch Auburn now to win the SEC championship. Nah, you still got the SEC tournament. We still got SEC tournament, don't we? Conference tournament play. Let me see. Let me just make sure I ain't missed no news. Hold on. I'm researching. All right. SEC basketball tournament. Yeah, we still got the tournament. Everybody goes to the conference tournament. Yep. Starts in March. March 12th. No, that's not the case, brother. That is not the case, brother. I think you're mistaken. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You don't have the regular season conference champs no more. You got your tournament. Like, the tournament is what you go and play in the tournament to win the conference. Literally the hardest stretch in the conference. 100%, Dylan. I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew there was an actual conference tournament, because that's how your low seeds, it doesn't affect your March Madness seeding, right? Like, they don't, it helps more than it hurts, right? History wise, you got your regular season record, your strength of schedule during your regular season, and everybody in your conference gets to go and play in the conference tournament, right? Single elimination conference tournament, conference title. I'm looking at it. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. SEC basketball conference tournament. It's gonna be a good one. All right, so transitioning to the next topic, man. Transitioning to the next topic here on the Coach Smook Network. Today's topics are going to be streaming at the bottom of it. That way I could get my cuts done the right way. Y'all let me mess this up, but I'm not gonna be mad at y'all. It's my fault. I was supposed to be doing the banner at the bottom because we're doing VOD cuts of our lives, so we could post segments and be able to start getting that content out like that. So I supposed to keep the banners at the bottom. Alabama. Make sure I spelled everything right. Basketball. Okay, we talked about that. All right, transitioning to the next topic. Alabama women's basketball came away with a huge win against who was it? Texas A&M the other night. Got to see y'all girls go crazy. I mean, really, I don't know what else to say. Sometimes with the way our women's team performs, against the quality opponents, they show sparks and they show spurts where they just look like they belong in that top 10, 15 of the country. And you see the depth issue, being the quality of depth issue, but you see them evolving at the same time in games like the other day. So let me pull the box score up from the other night's game, man. And if y'all didn't see it the other night too, the South Carolina women's team got blew out. I gotta go and talk about that game, man. And I didn't really catch what Coach Don was saying after the game. But our women's team, they're matching up against Tennessee tonight. But I wanted to look at the box score from the A&M game. 88-49, almost a 40-point victory. Let them get a last-minute little layup, in the last 40 seconds of the game or something like that happened. But Essence Cody had a huge game with just her presence. Carly Weathers, tough game. Y'all know Aaliyah Nye didn't go crazy, but she was efficient from three. And I call them our big three. Nye, Barker, and Green, A and G. You know what I'm saying? Those jokers right there. Those three, when they're going, it's a different game. Even had some quality bench minutes from Diana Collins. Ayers Lester got in. Gianna Cunningham. That girl, I'm telling y'all, if we ever need to go and get some physicality established, like set a mental tone for a game, Gianna Cunningham. That's who you throw on the floor. She's what? I think she's 6 foot, 6'1", and she's maybe slim in stature, but she carries some weight, and she's strong. I know her and Essence Cody. If I don't know anybody else took their weightlifting regimen serious in the offseason, I know those two did. Essence Cody and Gianna Cunningham. I would love to see Coach Curry when we play against teams that got multiple bigs, get those two on the floor together, because I see their confidence growing in their offensive skill sets, what they can provide on the offensive side. Just looking at the numbers. Hold on, let me pull this up while I'm sitting here talking, man. Like I said, the ladies played a great game the other night. Our ladies played a great game. Let me get the right layout. I don't like how this one look. Oh, I got this one too. What y'all think about this one? That one look all right? I can zoom in some more for all my blind people like me. Hallelujah. Let's pray for some sight and some vision. All right, so check this out. Looking at it here, just looking at the stats. Great free throw nights from us the other night. 10 of 13, basically 80%. Got to the line, with Texas A&M and the amount of injuries they had. This game went exactly how it was supposed to. You got to understand Texas A&M. That I think even the announcer was talking about how they had 7 players available after they had one of their players go down with an injury. 7 players were available, and 3 of them had knee braces on. So, and this is a competitive game. You don't dial back because the other team is hurt or injured, right? You got to play your game. Shout out to everybody popping in. Mary J, I see you. Yeah. Bot Rick's checking in for work. What's good, Davin? Good to see you in the chat. Shout out to the big 54 in the chat. We got 36 on Twitter, 18 here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure you drop a like and a share, and drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. We're trying to get this recording done, this live done, so we can get the VOD cuts for y'all, so y'all can come back and tap in without having to go through the intros and stuff. I've been reading the emails, Mary J. I've been reading the emails, not from you, but we've been paying attention to our reviews. So appreciate y'all for tapping in, though, everybody. But back into it, Gianna Cunningham coming in, like I said, quality minutes, and she gonna get her fouls and she gonna play her defense. But these minutes, you like to see these type of minutes from our bench in games, quality games. We're playing against Texas A&M, a conference opponent. They're going to have quality depth. They may be injured, but they got a lot of veteran personnel over there. This was a good game to really put your young players in the flyer. Chloe Spring came out and played with a lot more confidence this game than I've seen her play with all season with the limited time that she's been had. And even Ayers Lester, she didn't have the best shooting night, but she was aggressive. She took quality shots. Her first 2 free throws, she was kind of, antsy at the line. Still got that young freshman mentality, her and Chloe both. But, calmed down on the second time she got to the line, got on the board, and then made some quality plays defensively. But our big three, like I said, Aaliyah Nye, Zay Green, and Sarah Ashley Barker, man, when those three are rolling, it's kind of hard to stop us. Especially when Aaliyah Nye feels like she could take you off the dribble. You're really in trouble because now you have to worry about, the aggressive rim attacking nature of Zay Green, who can create her own shot, but has been excelling at creating shots for her teammates, as you can see with her 6 assists this last game against A&M. Just creating quality shots for everybody, especially when she's, dishing down low. Essence Cody and Carly Weathers I guarantee you that's something that they love about playing with Zay Green. They know if they make the quality backdoor cut, they're going to be seen, right? But then you got Ashley, Sarah Ashley Barker. When she gets in her attack mode and she's really found her momentum and she starts attracting double team, her IQ, and everybody knows she aspires to be a coach. I think she's going to make a great coach whenever she does decide to take that leap. Her IQ of the game shows on the floor, and players like Aaliyah Nye benefit from that. A spot up shooter, somebody that can really just don't give her any space. And I love the fact that she's confident enough. I said it the other day when she was when we were watching the women's game the other night. Any shooter that, if you go underneath the screen defending a shooter on a handoff or they're coming off the screen and you're going underneath to guard them and they feel like any space, they got a good shot. I don't care if they hit it or not. That's a scary shooter. That's a shooter you need to be scared of. That's a shooter you need to be scared of. And when it's no air balls and she's literally like, where did she go from 3-point? She went 50% the other night, 3 or 6. And at least 3 of those 6 were off of shots that I just described. And if she goes 1 for 3, I'm giving her the green light to shoot those every time. So everybody's healthy. This team, that week off really did some good. And so now, talking about going into the game tonight against Tennessee, they have their work cut out for them tonight. There's no secret about it. This Tennessee team, I think the young lady's name is Braylon. What's the young lady's name? The LSU. She's a stud. She's a stud. She's a stud. And when I say we're going to have to really control the paint in this game, the glass in this game, is going to have to be a conservative team effort. Tennessee has the length. They have the size advantage, height advantage. Now, that's not necessarily size, but the height advantage. 2 through 5. The positions 2 through 5. You're going to see the height difference after our starting 5. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Curry comes out with possibly trying to mix it up with either Collins to go smaller to see if Tennessee can run with us with their bigger squad. But I think this is one that we got to be dialed in for. This Tennessee team that they're clicking at the right time. Let's kind of look at the outline from ESPN. Number 15 faces number 18. Jewel Spear scored 28 points in their victory over Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is a team that's starting to both the men and the women's team. SEC basketball has taken a. Can we just take a moment and appreciate SEC basketball and what it's evolved into over the past, let's say, 8-9 years? We're borderline. The SEC is borderline what the ACC basketball conference used to bring you. Because you look at the quality of teams and the depth that they're providing. These are not just teams where we got one and done high school kids coming. You got guys transferring into the SEC. You got the SEC out recruiting the USCs, the UCLAs, the Michigans, the Ohio States. Like, these are teams, the Florida States. Florida State used to be a semi-basketball school. Miami, they were attractive basketball schools. And now you see, teams like Alabama, Kentucky's always been in the mix. You see teams like Florida, who came on in the late 90s, early 2000s, right? You see teams like Texas A&M, Texas, right? Attracting quality talent. Oklahoma's always going to be in the mix, right? They're all in the SEC now. So Vanderbilt always has been sneaky good in basketball. Always. Mizzou is now starting to lock their state down and get in the portal and pull in quality guys. Like, the SEC, the quality of talent and the product of the SEC basketball is definitely taking a leap. Just want to highlight that while we talk about, this big game we have tonight. And I think I might have to go and eat this one somewhere nice and be around some you know what's sad? I don't find too many women's basketball fans, Alabama women basketball fans out there. But look at the top performers for Tennessee tonight. Talasia Cooper, she's leading in both the points and the rebound category she's one of their bigs. Definitely somebody that Essence Cody, that's going to be a matchup for her. I believe we might see that matchup. Might even see Cunningham take on that task. Might even see Barker. I've seen Zay Green and Aaliyah Knott. I've seen them all kind of take on challenges at different points and times during the season. This might be one of those games where because Tennessee's going to move the ball and they're going to create pressure they're going to create a lot of shots at the rim. That's what they're going to do. And you can't just dial in and try to pack in the paint because they have shooters on the perimeter. So it's going to take a collective effort, a lot of communication defensively, and we're going to have to capitalize in transition against Tennessee. Looking at our side of the ball, man, Aaliyah and I would love to have a crazy shooting game from her. This is a Tennessee defense that's going to be locked in on perimeter defense. They're going to be trying to run off the line. If she's not getting the quick release, her being confident and taking the ball, taking them off the dribble is going to be key. I think somebody like Carly Weathers, Essence Cody's mid-range, her developing three-point shot, and then quality minutes from Diana Collins off the bench. Quality minutes from Diana Collins off the bench is going to be key. And can we find a fourth or fifth score right now? Maybe a second offensive threat on the bench. When Diana Collins comes in with the second group, can we find that second, that second threat? I think we have it. I think we continue to develop those young talent. I mean, Diana Collins we have a veteran team. I don't think people realize how veteran of a team we have that's playing quality minutes. This is the year that this team is supposed to make a real push Final Four, because I think next year with the recruiting class that the women's team is pulling in right now, I think they have a chance to really take a rebuild year and still be competitive. And then 2027, that's the year where I think this team really showcases the South Carolinas, the UConns, who else? The Stanfords. You get what I'm saying? The Oregons, the LSUs, the Tennessees. Like, that's when the Alabama team, 2026, 2027, is when this team is really stamps itself in those ranks. This year, they have a chance to really wake everybody up. And they are. I think they are. So looking at this matchup tonight, I think this will be a tough one for our ladies. If we're going to pull it out, they're pretty evenly matched teams. When you talk about the progress made throughout this season, And I think us being a lot more healthy coming off that week of being off is definitely going to continue to show this game. I think it's going to continue to show the game. Teams with bigger guards create a lot of problems for our men's b-ball team every time. But not even that, man. It's just the philosophy of how we try to counter it. I saw Mark Sears make some quality fronts and denies last night when they tried to post him up. The first one, they got him. The next few, there should have been some type of shows, or not shows, but like some kind of gimmick help looks. Their four man was not killing us from the perimeter. He's sitting off on the wing. Make him hit 2 or 3 of those before we start having to bail out resources to make him a factor or nullify him as a factor. That's all I'm saying. You got guys like Grant Nelson that provide quality help side defense. You got Diabate that provides quality defense. They're pulling Cliff out of the paint, of course, right? Why are your help side guys not already, leaning towards playing that backside? Let's give a gimmick coverage. I would like to come on to the staff as an analyst and just provide schematic support, analytical support on any staff. I think I would do a good job at that. Identifying like minutes allocation and what type of personnel groupings provide the best look for this. I think I'll be good at that. I'll put on my goggles and I will go to work. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Drop a like on the stream if you tapping in. We're just getting started. Not really getting started. We're just getting through the show. Talking about Alabama men's basketball, the loss we took to Missouri. Next matchup is against the doggone. We just talked about it. Kentucky. We got Kentucky coming up, right? Am I tripping? Yes, we got Kentucky coming up on the 22nd. And the 22nd is what? Friday? I won't make that game. I wish I could. But that's going to be a big one. Hopefully we can get back on the right track against Kentucky, because we're going to need that momentum. Mississippi State is dangerous right now. Mississippi State is very dangerous right now. They have some quality guard play happening right now. Their perimeter shots are falling for them right now. Their pace is picking up. It's one of those things where you're looking at it and they're starting to look like what we were at the beginning of the season when we were really just running through teams. And then after that, Florida can go either way. They can be physical with you. They can spread the defense out and hurt you from the perimeter. Tennessee, Florida, Auburn. We know what Auburn's bringing to the table. So, gotta lock in. Both men and women's teams got some quality matchups to finish out the season, the regular season, going into the conference tournament play. And I think we're gonna see some quality basketball here. Facts, Jason. If they got bigs in, we need our bigs in or use our littles to draw foul. Nah, not even that, Kinesis. I'm thinking more so of providing a different look. Get out of your man look. There's nothing wrong with going with zone, especially if you could counter it with quality pass lane play. Like, that's all zone defense is. Taking advantage, squeezing space, and jumping the pass lane. Forcing passes into spaces on the court. And creating bad pass lanes. That's what the zone defense is designed to do. So when you got bigs that you got big guards trying to overload, or Missouri came out firing on all cylinders from 3. If I'm having a horrible time rotating in man, I'm definitely baselining going and I'm going to a 3-2 zone. Or we're going to a 1 high zone. Meaning a 1-3-1 with a floater on the backside, keeping a 2-1-2 look. It's so many base defensive schemes that we can transition to and not pull away from, pull our offensive threats off of the court. Because Sears had a good offensive night. He started off very shaky. He was very, some of his decision making was questionable. But so was Phylon. So, so we just got to find the quality balance, and it's a philosophy issue for me. I made a tweet last night. Let me go pull this tweet up. I made a tweet last night, and I want y'all thoughts on this. Let's get some topics. Let's get some thoughts on this. Just kind of having a quality discussion here. I appreciate y'all for tapping in again, y'all. Oh man, my boy KJ Ford gonna be here. He gonna be on campus May 30th. Oh yes, sir. Y'all, we're steadily growing on this network too. Oh, and don't forget, check them out, Coach. Tonight, we're going live at 6:30 Central Standard Time. 6:30 Central Standard Time tonight. We'll be reviewing the rest of our roster, man. We posted the roster on Twitter. As a matter of fact, let me share this tab. We posted this roster on Twitter of our season 1 episodes that we'll be featuring. This is season 1. And we're going to be adding more to this roster. But let me see. All right, yeah, there we go. And y'all, I don't know if y'all paying attention, but a lot of these names are starting to hit. I know how to evaluate talent. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or nothing, but I really know how to evaluate talent. And every one of these players that's on this roster right now that I've personally spoken with last year before they started getting camp invites, each and every one of them would tell you, not only did we speak this into existence, but from just a natural scouting standpoint, a lot of things that they're being told as far as their development, their skill sets, what skill sets highlight them and separate them or create identify them, right? They will back this and say that, that's what a lot of their recruits and the scouts are saying to them. So I'm really going to take some time, y'all, this recruiting season and the networking connections that we make. I'm going to continue to educate myself, because the team that we're building, when we bring quality talent on this network, there are 4 guys that literally have written me, and we're doing a kind of spoiler alert. We're doing a video, just basically thanking every recruit that allowed us to place their film on or review their film on our platform. And 4 of them has specifically said, Coach, they said they seen my film on YouTube, so they went to my huddle. Like that does my heart good. So I had to just, that moment right there, they're just, thinking about these young men that's on this roster. A few of them just speaking to them personally and knowing what the journey is like. That's been the passion of mine. That's been the driving passion for my network. So, but checking out the roster, man, tonight, we're going to get into some more of these guys, man. I know we kind of tried to rush through them all, but our team came together and we were like, man, this is a good series. Just keep rolling them, adding more people. So tonight we'll be featuring my guy, Julius Mathis, 2026 tight end Julius Mathis. When I say the young man about to be on some like Megatron type stuff, just watch out. Julius Mathis. I think Alabama just offered him, if I'm not mistaken. Alabama just recently offered him in the past 2 weeks here. Fisher Brenninger. I know y'all been hearing the name, out of Moody High School, moving up on all of the recruiting boards. 2027 recruit. Going to talk about him tonight. Got to show my youngin Bryson Riggins some love tonight. Did we do Bryson last episode? I think we did Bryson. We won't do Bryson. This is a youngin that I want y'all to check out, man. He's the reason why we might be making a trip out to California during the fall. Clark Coley. If you haven't heard the name, you will hear it. Depending on, he's out there in California, and they had, I don't know the full extent of, where he's going to be playing at over the next 2 years. But, in California, they get you in those prep schools. It really preps you for the collegiate game. Modern Day is considered one of those, not prep schools, but they have that structure for their football program, their athletics in general. St. John's Bosco, all of the schools you see, they travel play these national schedules, right? And Clark Coley, I think if he was to make that leap this year, going into his junior year, I think you'll start hearing his name a lot more. But dude is a burner. is a burner at the wide receiver position. Y'all can't wait to show y'all his film. And then got some under the radar guys I'm gonna be introducing tonight. Last week we talked about Michael Martin. We was really dialed in on our offensive lineman. I'll be making sure I get those cuts out after the live today. But we talked about Cedric Owens Jr., 2026 athlete. I think he's gonna be a solid wide receiver for anybody that picks him up. Really gonna dive into their films tonight though. And we're just gonna go. We're gonna go for about an hour and a half. Keelan Jefferson, everybody. We talked about him last year. I want to just kind of do a tap in with Keelan Jefferson, because this young man has been in the weight room, and a lot of the scouts and a lot of the recruits that kind of have been overlooking him, being that he's at Hoover, he's not your ground and pound type back. You know, he doesn't get those opportunities. But you look at his running style, don't let his change of speed persona, or I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to get into it. Y'all seen the feature on Bruce? Bruce got offer, guys. He's going to be hitting us up here soon. Also, I can't remember if we did it live or not, but congratulations to Corey Timms. Let me change this doggone background real quick, man. I'm over here in the red room still like we got trouble. We ain't got trouble no more, y'all. We don't need to be in the red room. Y'all gotta get me back on track, man. I gotta get me back on track. I gotta get me back on track, man. Y'all gotta get your boy back on track. Cause we can't be in the red room. Red room is asking for violence. That's what the red room do. You know? So, like I said, checking out this roster. We're gonna get into a lot of these guys filmed tonight to finish this up. And this will be episode 2. So I'll go and basically copy and paste this, and we'll just kind of review all these guys' film, run it tonight, and we're gonna do a different format so it can run a lot smoother and get everybody's reaction. So go on Twitter when you see me tweet this out. Make sure y'all sharing it. Let these guys know we're gonna be sharing their content, their film, putting it on the platform, so that recruiters. I got all my buddies, all my boys. They're gonna be pulling up 6:30. We should have a nice viewership tonight for our live night, knowing that it's being scheduled out on time and everything. Got a lot of scouts and coaches and teammates that I play with. They're going to be tuning into the show. And we're going to help these guys get exposure, man. You know, some of them don't need our help, but just in case they do, Coach Smook Network is going to be here. But now let's get into the good conversation for the last 15 minutes of the show. Y'all ready to get into it? This is what y'all really came here for. The Smook Scoop, right? Y'all came for the Smook Scoop. I'm not giving no names and nothing like this. I'm just going off of some news, some information that's been privy to me. And you know what's good about having a big forehead and a big head in general? You got a lot of space, you know, in your head for your brain to strengthen your brain to grow. And a lot of times you can strengthen your brain and grow your brain by just listening. And that's what I do a lot of times. I just listen. And then when it's my turn to ask questions or talk, I ask questions, I talk, you know. And Alabama, you know, we're coming into this spring in an exciting off season. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on all socials, because I'm gonna have a lot of content surrounding the locker room here in the next coming weeks. We got some opportunities. We're gonna be actually doing some things that I don't think anybody else is trying to do. So be tuned in. Be tuned in here. And it's probably gonna start this Sunday. It's gonna be starting this Sunday coming up. But kind of talking in the locker room. QB1, that's the hot topic in the offseason. QB1. Who is Alabama's QB1? Who is Alabama's QB1? And y'all seeing my take on it. What I said, I had a hot take on it. I've stuck by this, and I'm going to continue to stick by it. And there's no disrespect or no discredit to any quarterback in this quarterback room at the University of Alabama. But I'm gonna say this: Keelan Russell is here, and the hype is real. The hype is real. The hype is real, AAA family. The hype is real. Trust me. Trust me. The hype is there's when I tell you, the hype is real. Not just what's done on the field, but the understanding of this offense. The ability to sit in the room with quarterbacks who have a year already under tutelage and walk into a quarterback room and literally can just dissect the schematics of what's being asked of you to do fluently to the point where you're able to host your own passing sessions with phases of the playbook, not necessarily the actual playbook, but phases of the offense. You're doing these. You're hosting these as a true freshman. You've been on campus for less than 6 weeks, 7 weeks now, almost 7 weeks now. This is a dangerous situation if you're Ty Simpson or Austin Mack. I know brotherhood and all of that is a good quality, thing to have, and that's a good message to speak. And I believe that truly competitive nature, you're always going to want to beat the man next to you. But you're always going to appreciate the fact that if that man next to you is beating you, he's just better than you, and that's going to make you work harder. It's going to make you work harder. Is Coach Smook saying that Keelan Russell is better than Austin Mack and Ty Simpson? I think the 17-year-old Keelan Russell is better than the 17-year-old Austin Mack and better than the 17-year-old Ty Simpson. I think this 17, 18-year-old Keelan Russell is just as good as 21-year-old, 18, 19-year-old Austin Mack. I think Keelan Russell is going to end next season, true freshman, as a top 10 collegiate quarterback. First year. What we would have seen from Bryce Young 2020, take away COVID, add a camp, look at the assets available on that 2020 team, Bryce Young's skill set and how he did what he did, when he did it, when he got his reps. You give everybody in the league a spring and a fall to prep for a season. That's a different look on Mac Jones. That's not discrediting Mac Jones. He understood the offense. He understood what was, asked of him to do. He had super elite talent surrounding him. It wasn't hard for him to do it. It wasn't a hard job to do. He excelled at doing the simple things efficiently. Bryce Young is the starter if they have a spring and a fall camp. Bryce Young is the starter, true freshman, and he excels that first year. Imagine Bryce Young, 2020, true freshman starting. And regular season, imagine that. We win that natty. Still. 2026 campaign for Keelan Russell starts now. Hey, we might have buzz that this young man, they were doing it for Archie Manning, and he was playing backup. Keelan Russell spring is going to really do one or two things. And I'm on the side of it doing this. I'm on the side of Keelan Russell spring and this Alabama spring. And then not just Keelan Russell, but Ty Simpson, Austin Mack. I'm on the side of whoever pulls away is going to be the talk of college football. The Alabama quarterback room is the talk of college football right now. Looking at the situation, looking at what Jalen Milroe came in, the hype that he came in with, right? For this season, the ceiling that he set, that we set for him, right? The bars that we set for him, the goals, and for him to fail miserably, not miserably, I'm not going to do that to my boy. For him to fail, not reach some of those goals, right? For him not to get to those heights and get this offense to the peak that we thought it would get to, we kind of looking at the quarterback room as a fan base. College football as a fan base is looking at the quarterback room to see, can Kalen DeBoer really bring his system into the SEC and it be successful? And if so, who's going to be the guy to do it? Oh, man, that's conversation there. That's a conversation. 334-625-1121. Call in. Share your thoughts. Phone line is open. I'm going to keep having the conversation. 334-625-1121. Share your thoughts. Hey, this just shows competition that Bama is strong. Facts, Bama. Facts. Welcome into the show, brother. And that's what we need. You can't create a winning culture, a sustainable winning culture, right? You can have a one and done, buy your roster, like Ohio State, right? You can buy your roster and give yourself a good chance. But talking about creating a sustainable culture, a winning culture, you don't do that by just letting all the talent go, just targeting one piece. Did y'all see the recruiting news? If y'all were watching my live check-in before we came live this morning, I just talked about Alabama targeting 2 top QB recruits in this 26th class. Did y'all see the article that was released earlier about the 5-star quarterback that's making his putting Alabama in his top 2? Let me go and pull this bookmark up. Let me see. I'm just saying, but back to the Keelan Russell conversation. If we're really talking about it, if we're really talking about just skill set wise, he comes in with a higher ceiling, and I think there's an even platform as far as where all of these quarterbacks have started. On the mechanic side, I think Ty Simpson just not even looks better. It's just we've seen more of him at this level, right? You look at what Keelan Russell does. You look at all the passing camps, all of the QB competitions. You look at his live game play. I really think, mechanic-wise, he's going to turn heads, first of all. How consistent his mechanics are. That's the first leg up that I have yet to see Austin Mack in a workout. I haven't seen him in the offseason workout. I think Austin Mack's going to be good. I think Austin Mack is the one that's bought into like the 4-year process, right? I think he's the one bought into it. He's bought into being ready, right? Same thing Ty Simpson is. And Jordan Wright made a comment earlier in the live earlier that I've been saying about Ty Simpson and just his family. He comes from his dad is a coach. He comes from a family that just knows the game. They love the game of football. They've always been surrounded by the game of football. So for Ty Simpson to be sticking around the way he is, there's no buzz about him in the portal other than what we create, other than what the media create. Ty Simpson has never once said that he was thinking about going into the portal. You had the Auburn fans, trolling about him wanting to go to Auburn and all this stuff. But there's never been anything. I've never seen, even last year at Pro Day when I was talking to Ty Simpson before, and everybody, I posted a video, everybody was mad. It was like, why are you whispering? Because we're at Pro Day, first of all. But me and Ty having a conversation about him throwing, and he was just saying, like, I was like, oh snap, they got you throwing. And people read into it. They was like, oh, he's going to be QB1. I was like, if y'all only knew that my boy is out here, just getting done with a workout and just throwing the ball for DB drills. Like, come on, man. Dylan Durham said the top athlete from Cali that everybody is high on. There's 2 of them that I was looking at. I'm going to pull up my recruit bookmark. Show y'all the guys I was talking about. But to talk about this QB situation, Alabama offered Derek Zammit. He's a 4-star 26 QB, right? 4-star. Coming from a smaller program in Jersey. And we saw this happen with Saban. Saban would go and get highly rated guys in smaller programs who could be dark horses. Dylan Lonergan, right? We had Eli Holston. Both of those guys were highly rated 4-star prospects in their classes. Pulled Ty Simpson in on the same class where, quality quarterbacks were on roster. Paul Tyson. I remember Paul Tyson. All these quarterbacks were on the roster. And NIL's not going to make it harder. Is it going to be harder to keep them for 2-3 years? Yeah, but to recruit them there, give them a chance to compete? Yeah. Let me go back to this, my bookmarks. That got me caught up, twisted in the game. Trying to find it. I can't find it. I thought I bookmarked it. But I was looking for the article. Megan, do you have it? Megan, do you have an article with the 5-star QB from Houston? We talked about this a few weeks ago, though. I told you all that, now that Alabama has its staff in place, y'all see the type of dedication they put into recruiting. Keelan Russell is a prime example of what how quality of a staff this is when it comes to keeping the priorities, right? Keeping the priorities straight when pulling in the recruiting, getting your face out there and recruiting, getting the brand back out there and recruiting, but not based off of what Coach Saban established. Establishing your mode of communication, your presence in these powerhouse, these talent pool areas, right? We've seen this staff really recruiting is a year-round thing, right? But when you can go and find gems like Keelan Russell, who was a 4-star, committed to SMU, right? No, he was a 3-star committed to SMU. A 3-star committed to SMU. Nobody was talking about him. And then all of a sudden, Alabama, he pops up on Alabama's radar. All this exposure comes. That's talent. That's quality talent evaluation there. Henderson, that's his name. Kayzion Henderson. 6'4". Kayshawn Henderson. I said Kayzion. Kayshawn Henderson. Here you go, right here. Let's check it out. I don't care. We in the middle. This is what I was saying, though. If y'all were watching my live, I was telling y'all Alabama is going to target other quarterbacks in this 26 class. Like, Keelan Russell is if everything goes to plan, he's your starter for the next 3 years, right? He's your starter for the next 3 years. Guys like Kayshawn Henderson, there's no pressure to come in and start year one. You get 2 years to really learn the system and be a quality guy, right? You load this talent up. You get guys to come and compete. You produce a product, right? Whether they ever start a game for Alabama or not, doesn't matter. You're developing talent. Kalen DeBoer in this system develops talent. Let me pull this dog on. Y'all ready? Let's watch some of this film. Let's watch some of this highlight. This is Kayshawn Henderson. I got it up. I don't. There it is. Here we go. We in the game, coach. Here we go. On the run. Natural athleticism. You get what I'm saying? Develop. Comes out of the same area. Same areas, Jalen Milroe, Jalen Hurts, Houston, Katy, all that area. Oh, not gonna take off. Not gonna take off to the house. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Definitely a developmental piece. Look at the drop back, y'all. Go back. And I'm telling y'all, you look at just look at the form and everything. Look at his form and then go watch a Keelan Russell highlight film. That's what I'm saying. That's why guys like Kayshawn, they would love to come and learn in the system and develop under Kalen DeBoer. You look at his interviews, you look at how he talks and addresses the media. He's bought into his overall development, setting himself up for the overall goal, which is getting to the NFL. So you can convince a 5-star to come in and develop in your system, right? Where you put it at, Megan? Is this what you sent me, Megan? I'm sorry, chat. We just kind of admiring. I mean, quality talent. Definitely developmental piece. San Marcos. I know that's It's one of your smaller schools in Texas. Strong arm. Beautiful ball. Strong arm. Definitely trust his arm. He trusts his arm. He has a lot of confidence in his arm. Okay, I see it. Oh, I'm going to be at that 707 he going to be at, chat. I'm going to be at a 707 where he going to be at. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, see, this is what I like. I like that pass. Go back, Smook. Watch how he layers this pass. Watch the touch on this pass. Pressure in his face, right? Pressure in his face. My fault. I went back too fast. I like this. Pressure in his face. Right? Boom. Coming off the edge. He sees. He has a opening right here. I don't know if y'all can see the mouse. He has an opening right here. He know he has his streaks. He has one guy breaking here. This safety has to make a decision. This guy ain't go come and recover on time. Linebacker already bit. I don't know what he's biting on, but he's biting. Running back not helping him to pass pro. Gotta let it go. Look at the touch on this ball. Look at the touch on the ball. That's skill right there. To see it. And then to not even do it. He got his feet set. Look how he drove that foot in the ground. That back foot. He was able to plant it and drive. And I like this though, because it wasn't just arm there. Look at the hips. Follow through. Watch this. Quick release. He just kind of just flicked it out there for him. Still had a nice follow through, but flicked it out there. Delivered the pass. Layered it nicely. Knew he was dealing with his tight end. That's IQ there. You can't teach that. Shout out to the 20 in the chat on YouTube and the 51 in the chat on Twitter, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all drop a like on the stream as you come in on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, repost. If you're tapping in on Facebook, make sure you drop a reaction on the stream. We had 3 tap in. I ain't see no reactions. I gotta show some love on that Facebook side, baby. Let's watch a few more plays. He done caught my eye. Strong arm. Strong arm. How many yards was that? He's at the 20. He lets it go at like the 21, 22. Ball travel. Where that ball hit at? Where that ball hit at? Where he caught it at? Cameraman? At a 30? Was it like 65? 65? Look at the touch, man. That's not an easy pass, y'all. That's not an easy pass. A back shoulder, 30-yard back shoulder. I mean, that's you gotta first of all, you can tell that's something that they work on. Put it on my back hip. Put it on my back hip. That puts the receiver in position to be an advantage, especially if he get the right release. He put in a position and putting the receiver in position to get a PI if the defender don't turn around and play the ball. You put it to where when the defender turns around, it's already on him. That's trust. Don't get a safety a chance to undercut it. That play is made by the slot receiver on the left, the number 2 receiver from the top. Because if he doesn't press on that safety, the safety could just sit on there and undercut that. Great pass by the QB. Good read. See the eyes work? You seen the eyes work from the swing? Back in? Great protection by the O-line. Yeah, we got a talent target there. That's a quality target there. It's a quality target there. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We ain't had nobody call in on the phone line, which is cool, man. We got the check 'em out coach tonight at 6:30 Central Standard Time, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Y'all, topic of the day. Alabama men's basketball, what's next? Alabama women's basketball. How do they fare against Tennessee tonight? And what's the future look like for Alabama women's basketball coming up on the postseason tournament? And then QB1. Still taking your thoughts. Want to hear your thoughts on who QB1 is coming out of the spring for Alabama football. I've had fun hanging with y'all today. Had fun listening and commenting and sharing my thoughts with y'all. Can't wait to be back live with y'all again. We will be live Friday morning. We'll do another call-in show tomorrow morning, y'all. As a matter of fact, I lied. We have to get on the road in the morning. I have something very special to do, not just for myself, but for the Coach Smook Network. We have an opportunity of a lifetime, and it's going to be a doozy. Your boy's going to be on the road all weekend, and I'm excited. I think God has really placed us in this position. He trimmed it to where he need to trim it to so that we can really take advantage of these opportunities that we're being afforded. So again, I appreciate y'all for being here, and make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you share it. If you haven't already, go check out our merch site. Our merch, if you want to find the merch, is the link is in every description. If you're not a member of the AAA family, which is becoming a member of this YouTube channel, supporting us by monetarily donating $2.99 as a regular member, or you can be VIP for I forgot what it was. I think it's $24.99. Might still be the $49. VIP perks will start going out March, guys. VIP perks will start going out in March, meaning we got apparel being launched. If you're VIP, if you have an account, make sure your email and your mailing address is attached to your YouTube account so that we can start mailing out your merch, your wristbands, your inside scoop letters, all of the stuff that we deem, should be VIP perks for the VIP members. It's going to start in March, and we'll be doing an item quarterly. So every 3 months, you'll be getting an item from the Coach Smook Network. Just thank you for your appreciation and your support for the network. So if you haven't already, click the link in any description on the YouTube page. And that's how you become a member of the AAA family. Grab their wristband. And then last but not least, shout out to all of our sponsors here on the Coach Smook Network, all of our partners. We thank you all for not just having your vision, but believing in our vision and, supporting what we do here at the Coach Smook Network. Shout out to Yon Clothing Apparel, my brother Sai. Y'all going to be seeing some of the promo videos for that coming up soon. Your street casual wear. If you all are looking to change up your style a little bit going into the spring, he got a lineup coming out. I'm going to be sporting some of the gear at A-Day, A-Day weekend. We actually going to be putting out the information for A-Day weekend next week. No, not next week. First weekend, second weekend in March when I come back from Charlotte. We'll be putting that A-Day information out. And it's going to be really easy to connect and do what we do for A-Day. We're going to get all the buzz right around the spring kickoff, and everything going to be fun. Everything going to be lively. And it's going to be a vibe, man. This going to be a vibe for the AAA family. So with that being said, thank y'all. Shout out to Helping Hands, my aunt's cleaning service. If you're in the Tri-City area, Atlanta, Tri-City metro area, south of Atlanta, east of Montgomery, west of Savannah, and north of Florida, Helping Hands LLC, check them out. Y'all can check out all of her information. Those links are in the chat. And then also, last but not least, Men Standard Executive Security. Appreciate y'all for supporting the network. And they're going to be providing our security for our network. And I say security because they say I need security, but I'm protected. Hey, man. But nah, my brother provides, protection services, handgun training and licensing services, certification services, and then private security for private events. You know, if you're hosting an event or you're being needing to be escorted somewhere, Man Standard Executive Security can provide that for you. So hopefully I did a good little promo run there. That was pretty cool. I think I did that pretty nice. But I appreciate y'all for supporting. And as always, man, I'm your man, Smook Hines here on the Coach Smook Network. And when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all, and y'all be blessed. See y'all later tonight, 6:30 p.m. Check them out, Coach. Here live. We're going to be live on, I think we're going to do it on, we're going to try to go live on all our platforms tonight. So y'all just share the word, spread the word. The link will be available here soon for YouTube, but spread the word. We about to make this thing pop tonight. Love y'all. Be blessed.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the